Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that's how even antidepressants work, right? So then your brain gets used to getting all this flood of serotonin, so it needs to kind of, I don't know, it's like it ends up requiring more of that, right? So then, yeah.
I can't speak on this. I've never researched like SSRIs in depth. Is that how they work? I just know about the ones that I've taken.
Yeah, and well, because I've spoken to a lot of people who've reached out to me who've kind of gone through like this crazy depressive rut or existential crisis, and they end up getting on the SSRIs. And of course, you know, we're not doctors, we're just YouTube guys. Do what you got to do.
But I've heard those are some of the worst things you can get on, to be honest.
Absolutely.
Like they're really bad for you long term.
Yeah. Just as a legality thing, it's like, yes, don't listen to me, but my personal opinion, yeah, I've always been kind of against it. Even at the times when I was so depressed and even almost suicidal as a teen and even early 20s, I refused to get on antidepressants. I was like, I would rather just be depressed, because I've seen it mess so many of my friends up. So yeah, I kind of have a polarized view on it, but I don't know, man, it's hard to ignore the patterns that I see over and over again. I get people reaching out to me all the time who end up being on antidepressants, and then over time it just ends up picking them up more.
It's a band-aid. It's another band-aid.
Yeah.
Like the antidepressants, they're not going to tackle the root cause of anything. They're just going to make you feel better temporarily. But here's the thing: it's a very insidious kind of drug, because they claim that the root problem is your lack of serotonin. So like,
yeah,
you're
right.
depressed because you have this serotonin deficiency, and now this is going to help you replenish it. So it actually does tackle the root problem, but I don't think it does. I don't think it does. But again, that's my personal opinion.
The only like situation which I can see that antidepressants can be useful is if you're like really close to killing yourself, and antidepressants can just buy you another day, you know, just to do your stuff, or maybe just give you energy to go to therapy or something like that. I can understand in certain extreme situations, but I don't buy this depression or anxiety or mental health issues. It's just a chemical imbalance, and they kind of just materialize it into this very surface level understanding.
It's hard saying stuff like that, because it goes deeper, but sometimes it is like a chemical imbalance is part of it. It's just not the whole thing.
Oh, absolutely. It's a manifestation of because I'm not saying it's not a chemical imbalance. It's just when people use the word it's just a chemical imbalance. Therefore, all you need to do is take a drug to rebalance your chemicals, and yeah, you'll be alright, mate. No worries.
Yeah, but the thing with that is, like, your brain is always trying to reach a state of homeostasis. So it's like what you were saying, whatever the drugs give you, they end up taking away, because your brain's always trying to reach a state of normal. And the drugs become your new normal at a cost. There's always a cost.
Yeah, I think it's just, we don't, especially in our modern society, we don't like to just feel bad. And sometimes it's okay. Like if you feel sad, or if you feel low, or if you feel depressed.
No, this isn't taught. It is okay to feel sad.
Yeah.
It's encouraged. You should experience all your array of emotions. That's what we're here for.
Absolutely. And that's what it is. It's just because it's like this pursuit of happiness, right? We just always want to be happy, 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 happy. So as soon as we feel sad or low, it's like, oh fuck, something's wrong with me. Oh shit, this has been going on for a while. Then they just kind of chase that new high, you know. And I feel it, man. I was like, that was a pleasure fiend for a very long time. So now I've just learned to deal with those emotions. So even when I feel sad, even when I had like that infamous existential crisis after a boga, I could have easily have just gone and taken drugs, make myself feel better. But I'm like, nah, it's fine. I'm just gonna have to be miserable for a while. I know that my brain will rebalance eventually, you know. And it's good as an artist too, I suppose, kind of going to those dark depths sometimes. You learn a lot about yourself.
What did you learn when you went to those depths?
I learned... Mate, where do we even begin?
Well, you said you learned... Sorry, I'm not trying to quiz you. It was just the question popped in my head.